Hi, everyone. Thank you for having us for Open Data Day. My name is Isaac Yoder. I'm the program manager for social safety net benefits at Georgetown University's Data Labs. Here with my colleagues Vinith Annam and Jen Puma. We'll provide a summary of the Data Labs program and Data Labs playbook. So Data Labs is a joint initiative between Georgetown's Beeck Center and the National Governors Association. We provide technical training, assistance, and support to help state governments and practitioners launch data sharing projects and tackle other data challenges that improve government services and the lives of their residents. We do this by bringing together cross-functional state teams, offering in-depth technical assistance, and leveraging insights from various subject matter experts. So here we can see the states we've been working with this year, and we've accepted state proposals in 3 issue areas: safety net benefits, workforce transitions, and student outcomes. However, the Data Labs lessons are really issue area agnostic. The Data Labs program spans 8 months, and during this time, our goal is to build each state's capacity to execute a data sharing project through monthly learning modules, which you can see here on this slide. The graphic suggests that states go through the curriculum in a linear fashion. That's not necessarily the case. The modules are very interconnected, and states often revisit certain modules through an iterative learning process. The program doesn't have a one-size-fits-all mentality. Instead, we recognize that each state team will come to this work from a different place. And we also feel that many of the lessons and processes from Data Labs are applicable to all levels of government, not just state government. So we've actually distilled many of the takeaways, the tools, and the resources from the program into a high-level overview we call the Data Labs playbook. So now I'll pass it off to my colleague Vinith to walk you through the playbook.
Thanks, Isaac, for providing insight into how Data Labs is structured. Although states participate in Data Labs, we recognize that people at all levels of government can benefit from the program we've assembled. We've accordingly created a playbook that anyone can use. We hope that the city of Portland can take advantage of what we have. Before states start their data projects with us, we ask them to recruit the right team for their work. Cross-functional and cross-organizational team composition is critical to a data project's success. In Data Labs, we've recommended that project teams include CDOs, governor's office reps, analysts, and agency decision makers to strategically design and deliver on a data initiative. So ask yourselves this: is my team fully inclusive? How does this diversity of stakeholders map to your own city in Portland? Next, a module that many states have found useful is Define the Data Challenge. If we go into that module, we've included a checklist with a series of steps to help teams critically think about their data project. We also pose key questions that help teams work through those checklist items. In our playbook, we provide tools and resources to help you get through your work. For example, one tool we have is creating a stakeholder landscape, which helps you think through what personnel should be involved in strategic conversations throughout your problem scoping process. We've learned that work in this particular module, and more broadly throughout the Data Labs curriculum, is iterative. This work is not linear, as Isaac mentioned earlier. So it wouldn't be surprising if you spend a lot of time working through this particular section, redefining, rescoping the problem you're working on. Teams can then work through the next 2 modules to identify viable solutions to a data challenge and prototyping those solutions. Another key module that we'll jump into is data governance. A lot of our participants have also found that particular section valuable. We've provided key considerations and resources here to get teams thinking about things such as roles and responsibilities for data management and considerations for data sharing. We've also provided worksheets and examples, which you'll see as the first 2 links on this page to support work on those fronts. So you see the RACI worksheet there, as well as examples of data sharing agreements. Next, I want to highlight, and here's the data sharing agreement, by the way. And those are all available for public reference, and we highly encourage you to take a look at that. Next, we want you to also think about, and this is something that we've incorporated into our program, unintentional bias that can manifest itself throughout data projects. You'll see that module here, and it's something to be mindful of, not only here as a module, but even when you begin the project itself. How can bias make its way into this data work and the data project? Toward the tail end of our program, we have modules that help you craft a compelling narrative that conveys what your team is trying to achieve in your project work. Building awareness and getting buy-in from key decision makers, stakeholders, and members of the broader organization is important after all the work you do. And you can see here, we're just kind of showing you what some of these additional sections include. Again, they're formatted so that there's a checklist that you can go through one by one, key questions associated with that, and any sorts of tools and resources that you want to use. You can easily find our playbook online. If you just search for Data Labs Playbook. We've also included a link. So you'll see here actually. Yep, there you go. There it is. The website to our playbook. So you can easily search for it there. You can also, we have a website in our slides, which there you go. You can use this tiny URL link to also access our playbook. And we highly encourage you to browse through it because there's a lot of good resources there. We're also happy to, although we can't be there live to present, we're happy to field any questions that you may have. On the next slide, we have included our email address. So definitely contact us with any questions you may have. We're always keen on talking about the playbook, thinking about how ways in which we can make it better, ways that we can, not only make it useful for states, but also folks at the city level. The playbook is meant for all. So with that said, thank you so much for inviting us to speak at your event. And we're just excited for all the great work that's taking place in Portland, and have a great day. Thank you so much for inviting us.